Uh-huh. Okay, guys, welcome back to Open Your Podcast. This is the Revolution Edition. Once again, we bring in the studios, Mr. Slaughterman, Panga. How are you, bro?
I'm okay. How are you?
I'm okay. This is the second time he's here. It's very hard to get a guy of his caliber, like to host him twice or stuff like that. So, man, before I go further, thank you so much for supporting our podcast, and we hope you'll be coming back like even when you're old.
Well, I love the platform and I like new ideas. So anytime I'm free, anytime I'm around, you can do that.
Okay. Guys, this is Innocent, your host. And then I am in the studio today with a team from Slaughterman's team, the Made in Muddy. It's Made in Muddy, right?
Yeah.
Is that the name of the team also? You guys are in?
Yeah, I think it's the Made in Madi legendary concert.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Slaughterman is having his concert coming up this December. It's almost here, let me say. I think the pressure is pressuring right now. Yeah, so we're going to talk about mostly Slaughterman and what he's bringing for us with Made in Muddy, what we should know about Made in Muddy, stuff like that. So alongside Slaughterman, I have his other team mate.
Akule George Caps, aka Lyrical Krymez.
Okay, Ken for damage.
Yeah, came for damage. Yeah.
Yeah, and then we have on our left.
Here there is Pablo MC, but of course, sometimes I used to be called the king of the mic. But the Lugara love to call me Madia Ulogo's finest.
So as we are back the other side. The ones who are not finest. Okay, guys, I am so excited for getting this team here. I think it's going to be so much fun than we anticipated before. So let me just hit you. And, can you introduce to us why Made in Muddy is here with us today?
Okay, thank you so much, Jacques. First and foremost, I'd like to thank you guys for hosting us once again. I know we have been a number of times. I was here some time back talking about Madi music and what goes on around Madi music.
And Australia and
Yeah, of course, basically.
brought a lot of heat for us.
Yeah, basically because I have been an artist, I've been a songwriter, I've been a rapper, and I've had experience in the Madi music industry. But today, I have not come in that capacity. I have come in the capacity of being a key team player for the Made in Madi legendary concert, and that's why we have the legend himself, Slaughterman Panga here. He has been. I know. So many people know him for being a producer. He has made a lot of hits for the people of Madi and Madi sub-region at large. And we also understand and know that he's the man. He's the first man actually to ever bring a recording studio here in Madi, and he also created the first recording label.
That was Interlife, right? Which one was the
The
first?
studio.
The studio was first brought by Ambrose,
Which was
but
Interlife.
but I brought the first record label.
So he brought the first record label.
Oh, the studio started without
Yeah, yeah. So the record label Panga Music started there, and that's where so much inspiration came up for the Madi talent.
Would you say you also got inspiration?
I was
because you're an artist.
yeah. Basically, we didn't have any recording studio around here. We could only listen to music that has been produced from elsewhere. But when Panga Music started, it was a whole creation of Slaughter, and he's like, oh, there are a lot of talents there. Why don't I sign a few and see what we can do? And the first Madi All Star was recorded. And I was in that studio.
That was
And it was one of,
Gary C.
no, it was
It was the Rap Nation.
the Rap Nation.
Yeah. So many-
Where we even had Eke Ricky rap for the first
Very first time, for sure.
man. And they were, by the way, I wasn't part of that All Star.
Yeah, you were not.
But what even inspired me the more is listening to a lot of young people like do what the other people have been doing. For instance, we have been listening so much to to the clear cuts, the
Yeah.
Navios and so on, you know, the Baboon Forest Entertainment
Yes,
and so on. And around 2010 or 11, I think, around 2011, we had the first Mali All Star that came out, and it inspired us. The likes of Expert Margaret, the likes of Shanton Krymez, the likes of Bad Bag Library. We had Queen G. We had a lot of
Queen G was
Queen
in
K.
Queen K, yeah, it was Queen K.
yeah.
Not Queen G, Queen K. Yeah, a lot. And that was all an initiative that was taken up by Slaughterman the Panga. And the record label was created, and we created a lot of things. I'm here to say right away that after immediately, I think a few months after that All Star, me and Lizzy Cats received our first signing from Panga Music.
As cross grades.
As cross-breed music. And we were the baddest. And by the way, yeah, and I think to remind the viewers, I'm still the baddest. If anyone knows.
You have to say by yourself.
Yeah, anyway, that was a joke.
To say it was the baddest.
That was a joke.
Yeah,
That was a joke. I'm just trying to provoke young talent down there to come up, you know. Yeah, so we are here basically to talk to let people know. I know they know Slaughter, but maybe during that time we might have not exhausted a lot of this.
Yeah.
People have to know who Slaughter is, what good Slaughter has done,
When Slaughter started,
and why we are coming up
And-
with the Made in Madi
Yeah,
legendary concert.
and why now?
And why now? And the most amazing thing is we are going to have this legendary concert on the 13th of December
That's for Zuma, right?
at Paris Stadium. We are carrying Lugogo Cricket over to Paris.
Right now, Zuma.
Yes.
It's going to be a festival.
It's not just an ordinary show. This is a legend performing. So we are really bringing every effort in. We are bringing every effort in. We are bringing everyone in. We need everyone to participate, to support, and see that our music industry grows. You know, I know we have come a long way, and we have listened to a lot of good music. And the Madi music industry is growing day by day. We understand that clearly. But it's high time we start setting bars. You know, we start setting bars. People start understanding that our own artists from here have reached a certain level, and that level needs to be monetarized to some extent, such that when we have the likes of the Shiba Karunjis, maybe the Eddie Kenzos coming all the way from Kampala to here, they understand we have artists. We have artists who have made it.
No, we call them to Katen.
Yes, we by the way, thinking of even Eddie Kenzo coming to Katen place is possible.
Yeah, that would be.
So we need some of these things to continue, and it's not only going to end with Slaughter. We have a lot of beautiful concerts coming up in December, but of course I cannot talk more about it. Today I'm here because of Slaughter,
Okay.
and that's what basically I'm here to do. So I think
Before you go on, you talked about Panga music and how the inception of Panga music, right? So that's going to talk about the inception, how it started.
yeah.
Last time you gave us a gist about it, but not about how you started. It was the contemporary music comparing the old one to the new one. Today, we want you to tell us after making money. You're not answering this now, but in your speech, you have to answer this up. After making money, what we should expect from Panga music, not you.
Okay.
Okay. Let me throw this shit to my mind the other side there. Pablo MC, welcome to my show. This is the first time you're here.
Oh, yeah,
And I appreciate you being here.
I am really very happy to be part of this thing because it is one of the most unique things currently happening in our region, and it's trying to enlighten other people, giving them the platform to showcase their talent so that the outside world can see them.
Yeah.
We are here because I am part of the legendary concert coming for Slaughterman. Why do I decide, or why did I choose to be part of this thing in the very first place? I'm going to remind you about something just in a short while. When Panga music used
Hold the
to,
microphone.
yeah, sure. When Panga music used to operate, when those years, Panga music used to operate in Moyo. You know, those days I was an artist. Yeah, I
Like
used to
you
be an
were an
artist.
artist?
Yeah, sure. I have a couple of songs, but I was called Stage Stepping. That is the Pablo MC today. So the stage stepping me didn't get a chance to meet the Slaughterman, who is the legend right now. Why did I choose to be part of this team? Because I didn't get the opportunity that other people got to meet Slaughterman and Panga. So I had to make it through to meet this legendary. Because without the Slaughterman, there wouldn't be other artists that I can mention. So maybe the X Big Monkeys, the Lizzy Cards, the Ho-Hos. And I feel that if I had the chance to meet Slaughterman back then, I was gonna be a very great artist because I did pop, I did some kind of rap stuff like that. So my kind of music, I feel he would be the best producer for me. But right now, the MCing kind of stuff really actually took me. So I found myself in an MCing kind of stuff. So I love what I do, and I'm good at what I do. That is why
So
they
you feel
call
like
me
you feel
the
like
king of the mic.
you feel like you're giving back in
I'm giving back.
appreciation.
Yes.
Because he inspired you.
So I have to do everything possible to make the legendary Panga music. And now I am part of this the legendary
The Made in
performance,
Mali
the Made in Mali.
legendary
I am part of
concert.
it. That means I'm gonna give it my best to
Yeah,
make
yeah.
sure this is something good. But also to remind guys about one thing.
Mm.
When I did not meet Slaughterman the Panga, there were one people that I met, and I would love to a little bit share a little bit of the story of these people, like the Hard Lives. The Hard Life
Yeah, the
Avenue.
Hard
These
Life.
guys used to come from because it is the same way. Me and DY, the producer
Yeah,
DY. Yeah, he actually admired Slaughterman's kind of, work, and he wanted to be like the Slaughterman. That is why we have Zaga today. Back then we call him DY.
Yeah.
So we took a bicycle from Majumani, we rode up to
Mario.
the ferry. So that is why he wanted someone to carry.
So you wait, what did you write that to do?
We was gonna meet actually Slaughterman.
He came to perform that side, I'm sure.
No, he is a producer, and my first song was Scooby Doo, and I wanted Scooby Doo to be produced by Slaughterman.
But you rode to the ferry. So was
We rode to the ferry because we were crossing tomorrow from Ajumani. And the same thing the Hard Life Avenue used to do, where I met the late Murray Alex. He also told me they used to ride from Afoji to meet Slaughterman and Panga. So our stories kind of collide.
So Slaughter, so did you ride anywhere to meet someone?
Not really, not really.
Okay, we shall come back to the storyline and stuff. So Slaughter, give your voice out here, please. Can you introduce the Made in Mali legendary concert in your own voice?
Well, Made in Mali is bigger than a concert. Yeah,
Okay.
it's more like a story, Like I would have said my journey or stuff like that, or 10 years or 20 or 50 years in music. But I don't like doing that. I like being unique in everything I do. So Made in Mali is kind of talking about my roots. Yeah, it's kind of talking about, first of all, I wanted to create a certain sound of Mali. The sound like Apollo, Lupo, you get?
Yeah.
So the first idea, like when I first did that sound, I was like, this idea, this could be made in Mali because it is Mali. I remember I did songs before for these guys and Jeram, everybody danced, like I wanted to invent that kind of style. So I wanted to do something made in Mali. But then when I did these songs, I realized this Made in Mali is bigger than songs because I am a Mali.
Yeah.
I didn't grow up from here, but I was made from here. So I'm made in Mali. Like wherever I go, I will represent my roots. Because like from Maliland, I have friends in Kampala, I've made friends in Tanzania, I've made friends all over East Africa, I've made friends everywhere, South Sudan, but I am made in Mali. It's not even all about the fan base or what. I can have fan base anywhere else.
Yeah,
But I was made from here because the first time I started my career was from Maliland. So that's why I decided to name the album Made in Mali. It first started as an album. So when the album worked out, the team is like, no, we can't just, we wanted to have a concert. So let's name this concert Made in Mali because you are made in Mali, and that's how the story started.
Did you start up as an artist or as a producer?
Well, it's like both. I don't know which one is which because like starting to learn production, I would learn using my own vocals. You get like I would record my own songs. So I don't know whether I should say I started as an artist or as a producer. But the truth is, I am selfless.
Yeah.
So when I was doing the production, I put Slaughterman, the artist, behind. I started doing the music because, like, by the time I was coming, I came here as an artist. Our stars, blah 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 blah. I was an artist. But when I saw the style of music that people were doing, and I realized like we had to do better. Like moving, you know, so me coming from somewhere, I realized our music cannot compete. You know, our music can't compete with the outside world. So I was like, what can I do? I knew some little production and I wanted to learn. So when I learned a bit and I became a bit perfect, I was actually, there's no one perfect, but I was a bit, you know, there. So I decided like to start, I started it as a charity thing. Go on the street, see someone talented, someone who doesn't have money, get him, bring him to you. Sometimes look for someone, even if they have money, but they have the talent, but they don't know what to do, get them. Even if they know what to do, like that's how I started the whole thing.
Okay. Okay, will you say you, at one point, maybe have a conflict of interest in producing maybe a collab or someone's song? Which you thought,
I've never.
in the capacity of a producer,
I really.
in the capacity of a producer,
Yeah.
but producing for another artist, or maybe doing a collab with another artist, did you feel like, I wish I was the one on this, or you
No,
did it with
at least everyone whom I've recorded knows. Actually, I'm someone who would do a good song. Very many artists know I can do a good song. I have written a lot of songs, even here. Like a lot. I'm not someone who likes talking and saying that I've done this and that. I've written a lot of hit songs. I am someone who can write a very big song.
Okay.
Then I look at it and I'm like, my dance on record, and I'm like, this can fit so and so, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
So like, I don't have that because like I love what I do. If I'm singing with my passion. If I'm recording for someone, I should give my all. I forget the artist, and like that's how it's been.
That's interesting. Okay, Krymez, I think I'll move on to the second phase of this.
So,
Why do you look disturbed? It's basically disturbing on the phone.
I was just listening to Slaughter talk about how he started Panga and all that, but
You're going to also tell us why Crossdreams and Panga Music stopped something.
Crossdream and Panga Music actually we didn't stop.
You guys stopped.
We didn't stop.
Panga Music continued. There's no Crossdream anymore.
No, we didn't stop. I think basically, you know, when you start something, you have interest and all that. And me and Kads loved. He's actually the biggest fan of hip hop. The biggest fan of rap. Up to now, if Lizzy Kads would ever want to do a song, he would want to do a rap song. So, you know, when we started Crossdream, it was more of a rap record label and all that and so on. And then at the end of the tunnel, we came to realize that our lights shined differently. He realized there had a talent in him, that he had the passion for rap, but he could do better than the rap. You know, his biggest icon is Tiger.
Was Tiger.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's still.
It's still. I think if it's in rap,
on the road he branched.
Maybe, yeah.
If it's in rap, it's still Tiger. I'm telling you.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right.
So he started a dancehall kind of music and all that, then came to Afrozouk and all that. I think right now.
By the way,
he's working on
the dancehall beat of his, I think I kinda influenced him and pushed him.
Pablo and stuff. He used, when he was going to record us, he left us in school, right? And he went to you there. To go and record. I think it was a whole weekend. So if you say you've inspired him a lot,
not even like, I wouldn't say inspiration, but I would say.
Do you know when Gogo Palo came up?
That was 2014, 15? 14, not 14.
Around 14.
14.
Yeah, 2014.
I think it was after we. Okay, when I came up with Big Boy. After
that was 2013.
Yes, around there when I came up with Big Boy, and Kads listened to the song and he liked the idea, he liked everything.
Yeah.
Then immediately after Big Boy is when he went and did what? Gogo Palo.
Chidandari.
Because at first we had the ringtones and so on where we featured X with Margaret and he was a bro. We worked with some producer called Kingsman. And we actually didn't know if he was a producer or he was a recorder. Something like that. So, but it was a nice one. I wanted to trigger some other question to Slaughter. Because, in the due course of starting up the Panga music and so on, there were two record labels. I don't know which one came after the other. But there was a record label that was called Desire Crew.
Desire Crew. That was Favor.
Who was Favor?
He was Favor.
Like I don't. If I start talking about the journey, like you can spend the whole day. That's why I'm kind of like doing that. But I will answer that.
If you're out there, you want to know about the journey, check out episode Slaughterman.
Yeah.
So
Let me answer. Let me clarify that.
Yes.
Like I said before, when I was learning production, I was recording myself. So like during that time, way back 2005, blah blah blah, those years when I was still like in primary and stuff, like I was learning production. So like I created a group, which was called the Diesel Crew, with my brothers. There was Majid, there was Jordan. At first we were three. So like when Maggie came in, he is my brother. So like it was more of a brotherhood group. So Diesel Crew has been just a crew, which was like a crew of four brothers. Yeah. So Diesel Crew as a record label.
So there was Diesel Crew, and then later on there was T-Unit.
T-Unit. That is just like my journey. T-Unit.
So people are going to be asking these questions. Slaughter's come a long way, and there were so many transitions, in the musical journey until what he is right now, And the ideology and concept of Madi music in the previous years was, it was hard to get someone come out solo.
Yeah.
To come out as a solo artist. Like, I would come out and be like, I'm Krymez and so on.
Actually, this whole thing starts from, like the groups. Remember how Madi music started? Homa Boys, Power Stars, Lyrical, Madi Anko, Nine Waves. It's always been groups. So when you're alone, like the likes of Gabriel, you cannot stay for long because you see, like the groups will suffocate you. I don't know why, whether it was financially.
But I think literally, it was easier pushing music in a group
than individually.
Individually.
Yeah, so like what Krymez is trying to bring, like all those teams is trying to bring, like from Power Stars to Diesel Crew, from Diesel Crew back to Power Stars, from there to T-Unit, all to the rulers and blah blah blah. It's always been like groups,
The Rulers is another group.
Yeah, it was a group. That was the last group, I think. Like
I thought that was another name of yours.
actually, the rulers is a group I created like around 2016, 2015, 2016. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I got a certain group of people. I got the Rain, I got Lazy Cats, I got Lovenard, I got Barbarian Avenue. There was Captain Cubs, and I.
Hold up. Don't you think creating the Rulers started the integration between Panga music and the now Assassin?
Actually,
because that's
the Rulers came to strengthen Panga when Rasasi had gone.
Okay.
Yeah, when Rasasi left 2016, it's when I thought and I was like, okay, how many strong people do I have? I looked at the talents around because some of them were not top notch by that time.
Yeah.
So I was like, I think I need to get people who are really like hungry like that.
Yeah.
So I created something like the Rulers, like you make a statement and you come to rule, So that's the team I created as the Rulers. Yeah.
I know now.
Yeah.
So you were trying to ask me what next what next topic. I think basically we're going to talk about a few of of the artists that we really think will be part
of
the legendary concert. I know this is an open concert, so anyone is free to come join us and support, and all that. But as Slaughterman the Panga, he has come a long way, and him coming a long way, there are a lot of people who might have inspired him on the way. And there are also a lot of people that he created that are part of his good work, and there are people that might have influenced him to be who he is. So I think I'll give him the opportunity to let us know or to tell us. I see you somewhere.
Yeah, so I think I'll take up from there. The people who are coming to support, like a lot of people will wonder. I get a lot of messages, like people telling me, why are you always called legendary? I've never called myself like that, by the way. I don't. It started from, actually it was Amazon who started that. He was like, bro, he started calling me a legend. Long time. I was like, no, I am not. He's like, bro, your story tells. So like someone would wonder why we named this thing a legendary thing. But there are a lot of things that I don't want to say on camera. Everyone will go and find out at their own time. But I want to let everyone know that I am going to start from the guys who started before me, my mentors, the Power Stars, Ekeriki, that group, that lot. I am going to make sure like most of them are coming through. Compo Crew, that lot also, Compo Crew, Wise DG and all that. Then when we leave that generation, we are coming to the generation of the King Knobs, Bad Bag Library, and all that, you get?
Yeah.
And then from there, because I want to tell a story, I want this thing to be more of a story.
Right.
I want to have I want people to have a new experience. Because people are used to us having a concert and you just go there on stage and perform and blah 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 and you leave. So this time it has to be more fun, more heavy, like the way it is. Something called Made in Mali. So apart from that, I've moved. I have friends in Kampala. I may not mention. I want some others to be surprises. We're going to have surprises. South Sudan, I have a team. I have Coco San is coming through. Kuzos Clan, many is coming through. Lyrical is coming through. Single D will be coming through. Like it's a big thing. Like it's going to collect everyone. Nimole, South Sudan, Mali, Obongi, Arua, anywhere I've had like. Anywhere I've stepped like my feet, I feel like this thing is gonna be so big. I cannot mention everyone because like the list is so long.
Yeah. That's for sure.
So, Jackies, we had looked at a list of about 54 artists. And we're
like seriously.
Because honestly, when we started coming up with the list. And we started, trying to consult.
And by the way,
and also
not to cut him short, we are going to hurt a lot of people because, like, the other people are going to remove off and they're going to feel bad because they want to really be part of us.
Yes, so understand the list is actually
the list,
so
like, even the 54, we had to cancel other people.
We had to cancel.
So even from the 54, we have to still cut.
So it's really a very.
So what's the final number?
We really don't know. We are still.
we are still.
And actually, there is one thing you didn't mention that we also gonna have the Mure, the Kore people, because all these things are going to be playing. So if we have 50 people, 50 or more than people, and the Mure is coming through, that means a lot of.
And by the way, these 50 plus are minus the DJs, the MCs, the comedians. So you can imagine what we're going through. And people are coming through like, bro, what's up?
I hope it's going to start like 6 a.m.
We're starting in the morning at 9 a.m.
So what I also want to let the viewers know is that the Made in Mali Legendary Concert is going to take place on the 13th of December
this year
at Paradis Stadium.
The only stadium.
We'll have early bird tickets.
Have they started
For
selling?
not yet.
It's about to come out.
Okay. 3 weeks to the event, we'll start having early bird tickets on sale, and once we start having the early bird tickets sold, just know the next on the D-Day of the concert, we are kicking off as early as possible because
Because
yes,
that is why
and then on the 14th we'll be in Moyo. We'll be in Moyo at 12 tables. We'll also be having the feel and the touch and the dosage of the Moyo people the other side. You know, this is a concert that is action packed. It is a concert that is
Not to cut you,
yeah.
this being an action-packed concert, I would love to tell everybody that this is more like a family thing. You can come along with everybody else because you see, you can come up with along with your kids as a family because this entire thing is gonna actually start so early. You can experience a lot of things. This is not gonna be a show that you have to come maybe at midnight and you wait for a lot of things. No, it's not gonna be like that because the security and everything is really gonna be maximum to protect the Mali people, to give them that.
Actually, we want to make sure that the event gets done not after midnight.
Okay.
We want to try to do the Kampala kind of thing.
Yeah.
That's why we wanted to start this thing early. Like we want to make sure like it starts a bit early so that it can. And if it is too late at around 1, these things of an event is starting at 1 and you have 50 artists, people will sleep there. Yeah. So that is it.
And then during the event, viewers, this is not going to be like any other show, please. And we'll need to give you caution. If you're going to come with your rowdiness and you're going to come with your lugezi and a lot of that, even the ideology of fighting, we have enough bouncers.
Who can lift you?
Security is golo golo. Gravity says golo golo. You know, very tight. We have enough bouncers. We have enough army. We have enough police.
But not to scare the viewers, not to scare you out there.
Yeah,
We are trying to summarize and tell you that this whole thing is there to protect you, to make sure you have the best value for your
There's
money.
a lot of security because
the legendary thing you have to come and experience. You can tell the rest that Slaughterman has made this and this, or he came through this and this, and you can tell the stories to the ones who may not be around because this entire thing is not actually going to be for the Mali people in Ajimani.
Yeah.
We're also going to have it live, the ones in Australia, the ones in Canada can see.
Huge, so I was going to ask about the other people who are not able to come back. If you are going to stream it live for them,
Yeah.
that
They also promise to buy tables, they promise to, be part of us. That is why we are Madi.
And
We are actually going to.
what I even love most about this concert, I think our brothers and sisters from South Sudan are fully catered for. We have about 6 artists, 6 big and main celebrated artists from South Sudan will all be here, like the Coco Sons, Mani Benya, and Lady Cola, Simple D, and all that, the Hard Life. And even our BBG Fraternity. We'll also be having our brothers from Nimule join us, Glory Bilton, all that. So we have it all catered for.
that's very interesting.
Yeah.
So I think this will take us to the third point.
So Slaughter, how far do you think the Mali music industry has come, according to you?
On inception of all the modern one.
How far?
Because if you're talking about Mali music, the industry,
No,
then
what-
you have to start talking about
No,
those
I
very
want-
small, rudimentary traditional tools like those
No,
are
I'm not talking about the other ones.
Yeah.
I'm talking about the current trend of Mali music.
From the eras of the Panga.
Yes, how far has it gone? How what are the challenges that you foresee as someone who has been within, has been part of this industry for a very long time, and what do you feel should be altered? I shouldn't really be changed, but altered a little bit that you feel can suit, because you have moved, you've worked with a lot of artists that come from Kampala. You've worked with a lot of artists even within West Nile sub-region, and you have worked with a lot of artists that come from South Sudan itself. So, what's your experience, and what do you want? What do you want your fans to know?
Well, I think I answered that same question in the first podcast, but I can repeat it. I think what Mali music is lacking right now is only kicking the door. You know, everyone is comfortable where they are. You know, there are artists who are having good music. Because like I remember I said, right now you can play a Madi song and you play a Burna Boy song and you feel like the quality is not so different.
Yeah.
Okay? But now the problem here is we have failed to leave the styles. We are not doing the style outside. All of us are so comfortable doing the style.
The small sample.
Yeah, within here we are so comfortable. And we don't want to kick those like Tebe Madokarani, Achika Nitanika.
Yeah.
Like the years I've spent in South Sudan, as a producer, I've realized people there want to compete with the world. For us in Mali, we want to compete Alemaza, Great Krymez, Alemaza, we want to compete with each other. So when someone does a song, like for example, let's say Guru, you also want to do the same style. But you forget that there are very many styles out there. And that's why you see I am one artist who doesn't want to be comfortable. Like I like creating new things. Like the Mure style that I started creating and all that. Like I like sounding different because I've gone to places and I've seen people create things and people here don't want to explore. So they are comfortable with their style.
Talking about like being comfortable and then like coping and stuff like that. As being a father, let me just call you like a father figure in this industry.
Okay.
For Mali. I just want your honest opinion. I'm sure you've heard about this song for Boy and Scorpion.
Okay.
They did the same song twice, different artists.
Yeah.
That
song was called
Apada. Yeah. What did you say about it? What, do you think it is a nice stuff, or will you have done something like that?
Well, my opinion may not matter.
Yeah, just your opinion.
I would say it anyway. It shows how, because like if it was to be like these two people have not been working together, I would have said maybe it's something, but it's really bad because if I've been working with you and we know each other, it's not good like to do that. They should have gotten a better way to solve that. You know, there are very many ways of solving something than creating violence. In Luganda they say okulabisa. Like you want to show someone his weakness. Like everyone knows, the Scorpion has been writing some songs for Lyrical. Yeah, but I think also Scorpion is not someone who would want to like maybe make Lyrical look bad also. Yeah. So like both parties had something wrong they did. You know, Lyrical could have handled the issue very well, and Scorpion also could have handled it very well. I feel like both of them could have maybe put their differences away from people and maybe get a place like here, sit and talk about it behind closed doors and come with an argument. Like, okay, now that you've recorded this song, I think you have always been paying me this amount. I expect you to pay such and such an amount. We have leaders like Songa. They bring such people around, like Mzee wa Kirapa. You sit down, you pen an agreement, put a signature behind closed doors, so that such things don't come out because they show how disorganized and it shows like we are not united as people in the industry.
You guys have an artists union here.
Yeah.
So what steps does your union take, like in connection to something like that?
Well, personally, I'm not in the union because I'm not here.
I thought it's an artist union, so it's
like
Okay.
let me first answer this. Like me personally, I'm not someone who is always here, so I would not know what happens. You know. But I love the idea of the union.
But does the union solve things like that, or they just come together when they...
No. The union has been so helpful. Like the times I've not been around. I've been here. Like we've lost our brothers, and the union has always come around to unite us and make sure like we have a proper send off. When someone has an issue, I've had a lot of indiscipline cases here. The union brings them and disciplines them.
We have all heard about the union is paying when there's pain, but then except for when there's pain, does the union have like an agenda or something like, let's say on this day we are looking
now
into this
development? That is something I think.
Now I think let me talk about let me say something briefly about that. The union has an aspect of conflict resolution, most especially when something like that happens. But now, you find that at times, something happens and maybe me and you do not feel like it should be handled at the union level.
Doesn't the union have regulations or constitution?
The regulations.
If I believe if an artist
The
starts
regulations.
the union,
The regulations are there.
they have to be able to be liable.
The regulations are there, but just like in court, which is more of a judgment and so on, the law itself, there is also that concept in the law that is within the constitution for two parties to agree
Yeah.
to resolve. And when they disagree,
That is when
they can table. Now, these two people had issues and they went loggerheads, but at some extent, they came back
Yeah, they came back
and resolved it. So the artists couldn't come in because they are the victims of the issue. And if they say yes, we have issues, but we have
so they resolved them.
resolved.
But the result after some time, and then the union had been quiet after these two songs came out. No statement
Actually,
came
I
out.
would love to have a few words about
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Talking about the union, I am the general secretary for the union.
Okay.
So I
So
can have-
you can
Is
answer
actually
this.
the right person.
Yeah,
The right person.
I am the general secretary for the union for Adjumani Artist Union Federation. So this is how it is. We have a constitution, and the constitution have a lot of rules and stuff like that. But I can just certainly say that, this union, there are few people who actually registered in this union. We have a lot of artists, we have comedians, we have presenters, whatever thing it is. That art clique is all supposed to come under this round table of the union. But a few people come for registration, and when we talk about some incidents like death occurring, these are things that naturally occurs, and you feel touched, and you have to go as an artist. So we cannot say that the union always come forward when there is.
Okay. I wanted to say something
Yeah.
about the union. Like I said, I love the idea, but I think I would like to advise a bit. First of all, the union has narrowed it down to Adjumani. That is the first thing.
Okay.
And I would like to advise the union to maybe extend or stretch their hands across.
Yeah.
Secondly, the reason as to why someone may not join a union could come from what are your objectives?
Okay.
What will I gain when I join the union? So if you don't put everything right, people will not join. And another problem that I would want to say is the few members who have been there, like what have you done with the few members? Because someone like me can come and join the union,
Okay.
and I could influence a lot of young artists to join the union. But I don't also want to join something that I'm not sure of where we're going. I've not seen that, I've not seen the movement. But I feel like the few things that I've seen, the disciplinary actions and all that, has been a good thing, but it shouldn't. A union is not supposed to be like that only. It needs to try to push the music forward that I've not seen yet so far from it.
Okay.
And that is one thing that I would want to see from the union, and we will all be fully.
I think.
Just
since
so I
you're here, you
Okay,
keep
I need
getting the
to
notes.
actually. The viewers out there, actually, this is the very good idea that you will get about this union, because you've been hearing about the union and you don't know what it is exactly. So I am here to tell you today why we call it Adjumani Artist Union. Because Adjumani entirely used to act as Madi Artist Union, and which was wrong. Madi is broad. Madi is from Sudan, Madi everywhere. So we came up with an idea. We should have the Adjumani Artist Union, the Moyo Artist Union, Obongi, and our brothers from South Sudan, the Madis also. So each one of these artists will select the leaders, and the leaders will also come forward to select the Madi Artist Union. That will be for the entire Madi. So here is only for Adjumani. So Slaughterman the Panga, currently you are in Adjumani, you may decide to join the Numule Madi Artist
So
Union.
who heads the Madi Artist Union?
No.
Currently we are going forward
So
for that.
the thing that I was trying to suggest is this. There is Adjumani,
There
but
is
whoever, because I don't know whether there is more. I've not
I've
heard.
not
There
heard
is.
Moyo.
There is.
So
You-
that's what I'm trying to say.
I think we should be a little bit clear on that. During the establishment of these unions, we had suggested that at district levels, we should have artist unions. Like Moyo will have its own, Ajumani will have its own, Ogoing will have its own, and our brothers from Nimule will have their own. Now, these 4 different unions will formulate and constitute what they call the Madi Artist Union. Now, because we tried, I think the first time we tried creating a Madi Artist Union, we tried bringing on board our brothers from Moyo, and there was a very big conflict. Because the conflict came as a result that each and every person feels that the other should not lead him. Each and every
Actually, let me tell you, this is the second time people are having a union.
Yes.
Actually, the first one was called association. Way back in 2011, there was an association. Ajuman was having its own team, and Moy was having its own team. But back then it was more organized because you see, those days music here was more organized. Like artists would respect themselves. Right now I don't know what is wrong,
Because
but there's a lot of ego.
Because like you said before, there used to be like duos or in groups and stuff.
Yeah,
There are
but
also artists who
those
take their
days,
own decisions, like-
the union was headed by Lanson Lee and Born to Surprise. Yeah,
Neil E.
the first one, Neil E. Yeah. Then the one for Moyo was headed by Master Wilson and Mickey Daddy.
Yeah.
And that is how we would sit when we sit and talk about the things in Moyo. But because those days I know why it was simple, we were a few artists. You know, like when you say artists here, Achenjo will come, Popo Crew, blah blah, Lanson Lee, we all come and then we talk. But now, right now, there are very many artists. Because now, like, if you say that, like right now in Ajumani, there is another artist in Ofua that you don't know.
Definitely.
You see? So this union thing, much as it's a good idea, people need to think out of the box to make it work. And then also, I believe if they get a leader or if they have a leader in Moyo, then these 2 unions or these 4 bodies need to come and sit, maybe the heads, and they choose the overall leader, you know? Or we can even decide and choose a leader who is not even an artist.
Slaughter, not to cut you short, I want to, I think I brought this up in my previous communication. The biggest challenge is actually why we came to a conclusion that all these different proximities should have their leadership, and then it is those leaderships that will come and elect what is called the Madi Artist Union. It's because, let me tell you, it is very hard to tell the artists in Nimule that their leader is going to be Lansoli from
But let me also enlighten you on that. You see these things, if you're choosing an artist to lead, it depends on who you're choosing. You cannot wake up and choose someone who has not inspired people in the leadership. Because now you see, if you choose someone, let's say for example, if you chose Master Wilson to be a leader, I don't think anyone will wake up and say, I don't want that person to lead me.
No, exactly.
Because you will know that this person has inspired. He was there, he knows these things better. Now the problem comes from how the leadership is being chosen.
Now the issue is this. You know, electing a leader needs people to come in, willing to come in. Now, the biggest incident happens when you call for a meeting to elect leaderships. People don't turn up for these meetings. And now when a leader is elected in that kind of a forum, you find that the people who have not been part of these meetings,
they're the ones going to come.
They're the ones who start the talk.
I think the problems with this association started right from the naming and stuff like that. You in one of your complaints, you say even the presenters they don't want to be part of and stuff like that. Let me cook.
Yeah.
So I think naming it as an artist union and not creatives union. You could have had it like a creatives union and stuff.
But let me just stop there. You see, people mistaken the word art.
No, first hold on. Let me just give this.
Okay.
Yeah. there's artists and then there's artist.
Yeah.
It's pronounced the same and then written
They're different.
Yeah.
The artist, which is for this union, is the one that ends with E, which means the performing artist. The other artist, which is a collection of artists like creatives, like the person who draws, a person who composes music, that is an artist.
No.
But then your association is only for musicians, and then you want presenters to be part of this.
I'm sure.
You want comedians to be part of it.
I'm sure that it is only you who has realized that mistake.
Actually,
I think it is.
Me, I feel
because
they should not even put artist or what. They should just name it entertainment.
Or entertainment.
All right, guys, I want to bring something clear about this. For years, for decades, there is one man who is actually dedicated. He gave his time, his money, and everything to serving actually the artists. And this man is Mosei Wakiraka Baiton Isaac. He is a painter. He's an artist. He's been currently he still run as the advisor, the general advisor. Somebody from Numule, somebody from, as long as they're West Nile artists, even up to Arua, they call this man for advices. And this man is a painter. So why did he dedicate to be part of this thing? Because he's an artist. We're not only looking at the performing.
No. You cannot defend the naming of that because
I think the problem, Jacques,
and he might be the only one.
It doesn't matter whether someone sings or not. They can become even leaders.
Slaughter.
Yeah.
What I want to do is
If I wanted to be part of the association, I wanted,
you are supposed to be accepted.
I am being bad off because I'm not.
No, let me make this clear. Let us not zero down this issue of people not being part of the artist union because maybe
they are left out.
No, I think our people have a very negative mindset and ideology about coming together.
Me?
Slaughter, let me first digest this. You see, the biggest challenge is people always want to come to join up something
When it's ready.
when it is ready baked. Or when they hear that money is being donated to some.
Come and write
Because let me tell you, when we talk of when we talk of Uganda artist something
Federation.
Union.
when we talk of that, it didn't start big.
Yep.
But there were great minds who were behind it and they fronted it. And then they were able to make it what it is.
But even the federation, not everyone has.
That is one. That is one.
It's also a function.
That is one. Then two, you see, me usually this is what I say. You can never have a voice in something unless you're a member.
Yeah.
You see? Unless you're a member of that particular thing. You cannot have a voice.
Exactly.
So when you start making noise outside about how you feel the artist union should function, how you feel when you don't have the mandate and right to even usher out a voice, it becomes a challenge. And this becomes a challenge. The artist union is seen to have problems because people are not joining. People do not want to be part of
let me
it.
first stop there. My problem is this. I'm also part of the people who make noise from out. You know why? Because as an artist who has done maybe years and stuff, if you create something, I wouldn't want to join something that I'm not seeing anything moving. There are no activities. Like now, let me give you an example of the federation. When the federation started, people were complaining and making noise outside, right? But when you look at the federation, they are consistent. They have the jam session. Is it every Thursday? Every Thursday or every Tuesday? Like you see the activities happening. Like even when you don't want to join, that's why I say it doesn't matter whether everyone joins. If you have something, even me as an artist here, Raga Jerican, I will look at that federation or association or union, like having activities moving, and I'm like, I think I'm left out. Because why? The local government or staff will be able to recognize you maybe one time and maybe put something, or they will give you deals like, government is putting this amount of money. There is a lot of money for the arts. So they will maybe give you something from that, like a clue from that, and then because you have a leadership, you write to them, these circles and all that, and that is how people grow. But we are not seeing any activities happening. The only activities we see that I'm so grateful about is, they unite us in times of sorrow. Come through. In terms of maybe disciplinary, I've seen them improve some people's lives.
Yeah.
But someone like, let's say, I'm not saying that I'm a saint, but someone like me will never get into disciplinary stuff. You've never seen me maybe like having fights and stuff. I ask myself, apart from calamities that will hit, what will this union help my music?
Exactly.
And that is where the problem comes. Someone like me, I will look at it like, if I'm not seeing activities, because where there are 3 or 2 or more people, there should be activities that show that this person is moving. And first of all, the question is, how long has it stayed and what so far have they done?
Because of
You get
for all
that?
this
And that is how you will start knowing that this thing is moving. And from there, you can come, even like this thing needs a lot of influence, because like if all of us, we cannot all be under that umbrella, no.
Yeah.
But if you know, when you want to capture Uganda, you will talk to Bebe Cool, you will talk to Chameleon. How many artists have these people come to talk, to tell them the agenda? Because that's how the federation also starts.
Yeah.
They go to the associations, they talk to individuals who can inspire a lot of people to come to the union, because you need people in it.